The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it, meaning just because a particular thing is irrational, unreasonable, insensible to our consciousness, awareness, understanding, does not mean that that thing ceases to exist or it's just not going to exist, because it is actually irrational and also it is unreasonable to our understanding or to our lack of knowledge, ignorance, envy, hatred, corruption, etc. Because irrationality and rationality exist at the same time, not only in the world as two individual conditions, but also within and inside of everything else that we're able to basically think about, see, experience, and come into contact with in our daily lives and experiences with the external world, phenomena, nature, and living organisms in one way or another. Because both the principles of irrationality and rationality exist simultaneously in almost everyone and everything that we're able to decipher, understand, comprehend so far. Because without irrationality, there can be no rationality, and without rationality, there is no irrationality either. That's how the universe has designed and created and carved the material, finite, limited, relative world, and in which we also live alongside the other phenomena, organisms, and species in one way or another. So obviously, the irrationality of a thing cannot be considered to be basically non-existent, or just because a thing seems irrational to our understanding, knowledge, or perception does not mean that thing does not exist or it is going to cease to exist because it is irrational, unreasonable, insensible, imperceptible. But it is always going to continue to exist with all of its qualities, conditions, principles of rationality, irrationality at the same time, because it's a condition of it. Counterproductivity and contradiction are conditions of everything, not only in the universe but also in this limited world. And we are also part of it. Everything has a reason, everything has a pattern that can be understood and even described if we're aware, conscientious, honest, clear, and transparent within ourselves and regarding everything else that we experience. If we're able to understand, comprehend, explain, we will be able to see that everything follows a pattern and that behind everything there is always a reason and that nothing happens coincidentally.